On the 9th of August 1956, 20,000 women marched to the Union Building in Pretoria. They marched against the Prime Minister J.G. Strijdom's law that enforced women to carry passbooks. This series is a collection of individuals who share their admiration of the women that surround them. Women who portray characteristics of resilience, persistence, and courage. Let's celebrate our mothers, our aunts, our sisters, our lovers, our friends. Let's celebrate women.
Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Malefe and today I am here with MSUTHU and Bule. And we are going to be talking about hair politics. Okay, so I watched a TED talk, right? This lady named Joanna Lucate, and she was talking about the psychology of black hair. And basically what she was saying is that there's so much you can tell from a person in their face. So like you can tell like if their spirituality, you can tell how aware they are of themselves, self-love, just from their face. And this is usually seen in their hair. So basically from the first few seconds you see someone, you've already assumed the kind of person that they are, like the few seconds, right? It's crazy. So I relate with this a lot because I carry my hair as a statement. So I used to have relaxed hair until like grade 6, until I didn't have like hair at the back at all. It was really embarrassing. And then
you were like a baby though, come on, like you were a child.
Kids are mean. In school, kids are mean, Sana. Yo,
they are mean.
A candlelight, burn the school.
So I couldn't, you know, so I couldn't, and then I had natural hair, and I really didn't know what to do with it. So I had braids, and then for me,
and I'm assuming probably around the time when you were like in grade 6, people weren't that.
No one.
So you couldn't even check like YouTube. What are people doing with their natural hair?
No, I really couldn't. So then I used to have braids instead. I used to have twists all the time because I liked the flowy. Like I felt more feminine. You know what I mean? And then even throughout high school, I just never knew what to do with my hair other than braiding. So right now that I'm in varsity, I feel like my hair is like taking out my hair or styling my hair. It's a representation. It's more like, it's kind of like me loving myself because I couldn't love myself before. You know what I mean? With both of your hairs, relaxed or natural, is your hair a representation of your own self-love? Is it a statement? Is it or is it just like, you know, you like it and you just really vibe with the look and that's what you're going for?
I think for me, like my natural hair, natural relaxed hair, it's just very convenient. And I think also I grew up, like my mom when we were younger, my mom actually was always cutting my hair, I think at like age 5 or something. Then she was like, okay, now that you aren't going to be crying at the salon, okay, cool, then you can just relax. Then we were just relaxing our hair. So I grew up like that. For me, I had no problems, and yeah, so I was just comfortable. And even now I like it, it's whatever. So yeah,
I grew up relaxing my hair as well. Obviously, like it's also quite convenient for a child to have, you know, relaxed hair. It's easier to work with, and I think
and also
maintenance. And when I got to high school, no, not high school, like grade 10, 11, I started thinking about, you know, changing my hair. I was looking at natural hair YouTubers, but it was mostly American YouTubers, I must say. And I was like, my hair was okay. It wasn't long, it wasn't short, it wasn't interesting. So I was like, let me just try something else with my hair. And then I started transitioning in grade 11, and then by the end of grade 11 I cut it and just had my hair.
Nice.
Can I just say, like, I know, I can't remember when, I think last year or something, I didn't relax for the longest time. I was like, okay, because my sister's natural hair and my cousin, so I was like, okay, let me like try
it a family thing,
you know, let me try. And they were like, come on, MSUTHU, you can do it. And I'm like, oh, cool, so fine. I'm just like not relaxing, not going with the flow of things. I was like, no.
I'm good. A struggle
I'm
when
good
you're
with relaxed.
transitioning.
I'm like,
it's a struggle when and I think
thanks.
I transitioned because I knew that short hair, like total short hair, it is not for me. It is not for me.
Yeah.
So
I remember when I'd cut my hair and then I walked in and then my teacher was like, oh my goodness, I was looking at you and I thought, who's this new boy in school? And I was like, okay, thanks,
Jehovah.
People make
People
such
make
like, I remember there was this one girl in school. She had like a big afro.
Yeah.
Like it was very beautiful. And this teacher was just like, you have a hot air balloon in class.
Yeah.
I was like, excuse me. Like I don't even have like big hair, but I was like, you can't just
Yeah,
say
you
that.
say that.
And whether or not that girl is embarrassed or not, but like
It's rude.
it's rude. And you're also opening up a platform for other people to be calling her names now. It's like,
So there's a whole big movement when it comes to natural hair that we have going around, and it's beautiful. I think it's great. Well, along with the movement, there's also stigma that kind of creeps up, and it says so now that
and
if
it'll
you're
always
not,
be the case.
yeah,
It'll always be the
true.
case, yeah, like,
The stigma kind of associates relaxed hair with whiteness, and associates natural hair like yours with blackness. How do you deal with these sorts of comments where it's almost like people are questioning your blackness, as if your blackness has anything to do with your hair?
I think for me, like, one thing I can really say is that I really appreciate this whole like natural hair movement. I don't even want to call it a movement. Like it shouldn't be called a movement. Like people are embracing their natural hair, and that's amazing to see, and people are being comfortable. And I just like that also, even in like professional spaces, it's being accepted, because we shouldn't have to change who we are or our like we shouldn't have to try being more white or whatever to just to look the part and stuff like that. So, but I will say that one thing, like I in as much as we're moving away from Eurocentric ideas and stuff like that, beauty standards, I think especially when because I'm a dark skinned, right? So I don't get that much like nonsense about my hair because I'm dark skinned. So no one's gonna be like, oh, you're trying to look more white. I mean, I can't. So I think I don't get that much backlash and whatnot. But I just think that a lot of people need to understand sometimes hair is just hair. And you shouldn't be trying to judge people based on that. And just because you're not going with what everyone else is going with, like you're also trying to embrace your hair, go more natural, it doesn't take away your blackness in any way. There probably other ways in which you are being African, like if I can say that. There are other ways where you are moving away from Eurocentric beauty ideas in your own way, and you don't have to do so with your hair. And people need to understand that, like, you can have your afro, I can have my natural relaxed, I can wear wigs 24/7. It's none of your business. Like, yeah.
Back to what she was saying about how there's so many different ways to express blackness. And I think another thing is that when you're older, you can make more informed choices about yourself, about your hair, whatever. And I think one of those is deciding how you want to express yourself. And it doesn't mean that you're being ignorant or whatever. Like you've seen the options, you've seen everything. You're just like, no, this is what works for me. There's so many different ways to express blackness, so many different ways to be black. Like Sbaninsi, Africa, Sbaninsi, outside of Africa, there's different cultural things that come into place. So many ways to express blackness. I think that maybe when we are thinking of ways to be united or whatever, there should be an understanding that as much as we collectively black, individually, we are
beautiful.
We are a
You're
certain
still
way as well.
people.
You're still people, and you're still gonna have so many things that play into you as a person. So we must be mindful of those differences individually,
And
even
also
if
people
Zihamba
and people like
collectively.
forgetting that in as much as we're all black, every black person is facing their own struggle.
Yeah.
Like now you were talking about, I thought like before this we also spoke about colorism.
Yeah.
So in as much as, okay, fine, I don't have natural hair, but I'm a dark skin, so I'm facing colorism, and you have your own. Some people are facing like financial issues or whatever as black people. Like black people, we don't have to have the same thing to be known as black Africans.
And I was thinking about this as well. Like you and I, we kind of grew up like with similar values and things like that. But even if you can grow up with someone, in the same like
Upbringing.
upbringing, like also be in the same spaces or whatever, but still the experience there to us is fine. Even if you have two people that are so alike, your
And even in
experiences-
sisters,
even in sisters, the way that you view the world will not always be the same.
So, you have this beautiful natural hair, and it's large and it's voluminous, right?
Thank you.
It's so deep.
Did you find that you had like a different experience when people interacted with you when you had natural hair versus when you didn't?
I think it's a very different response from people, because I think, especially when I went natural, right? I cut my hair and I didn't like the way it looked when it was short, because I just like
Also, when you're used to long hair, man.
when you're
like,
used to having long hair, like, for me, like that wasn't it. So when my hair got longer and longer, and there's one time where so I went to boarding school and I'd always have braids and whatnot. So there was this one time where I just got my natural hair out, and the response was very different. And I think, well, from the white people, it was more like, oh, okay, interest.
can I touch?
Can I touch? Don't
touch
ask
your
to
hair?
touch someone's hair. But I think also I'm not sure if I'm saying that I was more scared, not scared, but more aware of like the black people, like how it was going to be different. But it was different, but the response wasn't the response that I thought I was going to get. I thought it was going to be like, and then because it's really, and my hair wasn't as long as this, so like, you know how people say nappy hair or whatever, it was always like that. So I always thought it was gonna be like, and then like, what's going on with her, whatever. And also with the boys as well in our school, like they were very, they wanted to assimilate into white culture a lot, right? So for them, black girls were not their forte, you know? So even, I remember I got a compliment from this one black boy, and he was like, I love the way you rocking the floor. And I was so like, okay,
dude.
Okay, dude.
Okay, dude.
But inside I was like, I'm so glad that, so for some, I'm not trying to be petty, but for people that don't really look into a lot of blackness and try to assimilate to whiteness, the fact that you can say that, it means that it's something different. It's something new. You know. But not that I was looking for validation, but you need to be cautious of how people are going to respond sometimes. But I think the response is very different, and I prefer my hair now that it's natural.
Now, wigs, I think, is a very iffy subject sometimes for extremists, because it is, it's basically white hair being sewn on fabric that is then going to be put on black women. So, and a lot of the times, the women who put on wigs, black women, have natural hair. So, for a lot of people actually, I tend to think that wigs are protecting their natural hair from winter, or, you know, I don't have to do my hair this morning.
Yeah.
It's really easy and convenient. But still, there's still a stigma, because wigs are, like you said, associated with, you know, being slay queen, or some sort of, Eurocentric and very white, and
just people's ideas. Like, oh my gosh, I remember like the first time I got a wig. Obviously, I got it from my matric dance. But then people would just be like, "We're telling man, excuse you. First of all, I've got parents. Second of all, it's none of your business. Like, why are you asking me telling man? Like,
and I think also with wigs, right? The quality and things like that have changed. So we like people.
I
used
say
to
bonding.
I say bonding.
It's also.
I say bonding. So now people are rocking like hair that's, you know, like very nice and real and all of that. So I think now it's moved on to more to like just the Eurocentric whatever, trying to assimilate thing, to also a financial thing as well.
Yeah.
oh no, for sure.
Yeah, and now you need to think about, okay, as our connotations can go about long, beautiful wigs of a high quality, and how it's associated with having like more money and things like that.
Okay.
So there's more to talk about and to think
With the
about
wigs.
with the wigs. It's not just
Yeah.
face value.
But even with
a
that, I
lot
think
of
people must, like, in everything that we do, in everything that, don't make assumptions.
Don't make assumptions.
Like, don't
Guys-
make assumptions about people, man. Like, it's not.
yeah,
It's
I
none of
think
your business.
it's really, people should really learn to
Like,
mind their business. Yeah.
honestly.
But the question I'm asking.
Okay. Guys, stressile.
Sienga.
No, yaswepa imoto. Yaswepa imoto.
The question I'm asking is, but like, what is your response between when you wear wigs
Yeah,
and
and
people
when
think that like you're hiding your hair, or why don't you put enough time into the morning,
Yeah.
to show your hair, versus when you wear your hair, like and like you said, like because you're light skinned, does your hair make you feel more black?
More black.
And then when you wear wigs, it's almost like you're less black. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I don't think my hair makes me, it's the only thing that ties me to my blackness. Obviously, we've talked about, so many other expressions of being black, but I will say that I've also had to deal with the fact that, when people ask you about, when I wear wigs quite a lot, and I like the way that they look, and I like that I can protect my hair because you get to kama and to be, so I think sometimes when people are like, why are you always in wigs and whatever, you like, I just want someone take out a picture like, this is how my hair looks, okay? Like, I'm not unhappy, I'm not anything like that. But I think it also, now I'm questioning, like, why is there a need for me to do that? And I think you do get a very different response when you have your natural hair and when you have when I have my natural hair and when I have my wigs. Like when I have my natural hair, you get comments and responses from people like, oh, African queen, natural, you love yourself, and then when you have your wigs on, it's like, sorry, wow.
And sometimes
It's like
even from
slay
my
queen,
daughter, even, yes?
like
Like let's say
responses,
just walk, minding your business, walking. At I'd never even go to her. That's how much. And the fact that someone can just say that, go to, he ate it.
But I think, I get a very different response when I have my natural hair and when I have my wigs. And I think but really I don't feel less black when I have my wigs on, because I think but I also do understand that when I do have my natural hair, I do feel more, but not even that, but I think for me it is an extension of my blackness. It's one of the factors that I take into account, but it's not the only thing tying me to my blackness.
Okay, so I think basically what we're trying to say is, from the conversation that we've had, that just mind your own business. Like stop being into other people's, stop assuming that just because one person has one type of hair or another type of hair, or, that they are any more, any less black.
Yeah.
She can do her hair how she wants, and I can do mine how I want.
Yeah.
And we both look professional in our own capacities.
Yeah. And I think, I think it's good that we can ask questions, you can talk about hair, we can engage, but don't project.
Yeah.
So what's your company called?
It's called PELO.
PELO.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do
So
you want to ask maybe like why?
Like PELO?
sure, I guess. Why is it PELO?
Pelo is hair in Spanish. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to order hair, then you can just contact me or MSUTHU. Our details are on
In the
Instagram.
description.
Oh, God.
That's the
YouTube They jumped out,
So if you would like some of these wigs,
or
or a weave or bundles, contact Ubule or MSUTHU in the description below. Don't forget to comment and like and subscribe and tell me about your hair journey, and if you feel like your hair is a radical statement, or if you feel like it's just an easy way, or you're just pretty, man. You know what I mean? Let me know. I'd love to know in the
And
comments
nonke
below.
nibahle, guys.
You know.
Sonke
Bahle.
bonke sonke.
Yes,
Sana.
for sure. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you so much. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.